What's up, planners, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone had a delightful holiday season. I know I did. We had a lot of fun. We went and explored and did things we normally wouldn't do in the ordinary day or an ordinary life of whatever I am. If you guys had a great time, go ahead and hit the like button down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Streamer or not streamers, viewers that are watching this on the Twitch, go ahead and say hello. I had a great time. Tell me what you did over these two last days, because it's Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. Some people celebrate Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Other people just celebrate Christmas Day. But everybody knows we take advantage of both. Today, we're gonna jump right into it. Today, what we're gonna talk about is the Ghost Girl deck, and so a couple of nights ago, what I basically did was I tried to build a Ghost Girl deck, didn't work out, and I did it surrounding zombies. And it's primarily because a lot of these girls are zombies. The only one that's not a zombie is the Ghost Ogre deck. One of the viewers that were with me that night joined me and started helping me out with a couple of things, and didn't work out. So over the course of the next 2 days, he actually sent me a deck list. It's not this one, actually. It's a completely different one. And the deck list was basically a Nurse Burn stall Ghost Girl deck. And I was sitting there, I was thinking, I can get where you're going with this. And then I'm thinking, what can you do with a bunch of hand traps? And I was like, why didn't I think of this sooner? You combine them with more hand traps. So here we have our Ghost Girl Psyframe deck, and I have absolutely no idea how well this is going to fare, but basically you're doing everything in your power to say no to them. And just to give you a broad idea of what I basically mean is, with Psyframes on their own, yeah, they say no to basically everything. They say no to spells, they say no to traps, they say no to monsters, they say no to fighting. They don't say no to summons. You just get a search off of summons. And then you get to synchro away and during your opponent's turn, which is a great thing. The only drawback to Psyframes is you have to have no monsters to be able to say no to all of those things. So what Yu-Gi-Oh thing do you use? I use Dueling Book. I can't use YGO Pro in the fear of like extreme lag with the streams, as well as with the game itself. So I use Dueling Book to prevent extreme lag with the stream and the best probable possible performance. But YGO Pro, everything's practically automatic. It's not too different from Dueling Book. Dueling Book, everything's a little bit more manual, so it's not too different from just playing in real life. The only painful thing is whatchamacallit, the lag, at least for me. No, I don't do I don't use Dueling Links. I in my personal opinion, Dueling Links, I think, is like faster pace. Yes, it's a couple of generations behind. Yes, I just can't. Me and Dueling Links were not the best of friends, but I do have some knowledge. I'm not saying the game is bad or the version of Yu-Gi-Oh! That is bad. I'm just too used to how this version of the game is. But jumping quickly back into the original discussion, the initial drawback of Psyframes is you have to control no monsters. So what can you do to basically support that? Well, Konami, helping them out. I'm supposed to bring the that card up. Hold on. But Konami basically helping them out, giving them the Psyframe Lord Lambda, the Link monster, to be able to do this. However, I don't think you can. There is a timing thing that is not laggy, and it is called YGO versus Links. Oh, I'll probably look into that maybe tomorrow, either later tonight or tomorrow. But basically, Psyframe Lord Lambda basically says, hey, you can use Psyframe effects even if there are monsters on the field. The only drawback is you can only link summon during your turn. Psyframes, even though they can secret summon during either player's turn, they can't really link summon during either player's turn. So I was sitting here thinking, if you combine the two different hand trap mechanics, what do you have? You have a very, very frustrating stall deck right in front of you. It just consists of all these hand traps, right? You've got Alpha that searches a bunch of Cyframe cards. You have the field spell that allows you to synchro summon. The best part is it's if you special summon Cyframe monsters, you synchro summon, but you can also use the Ghost Girls to synchro summon monsters as well. So if you have a way to get the normal Cyframe monster, which is a normal monster, out, you can use this amazing combination of the Ghost Girls to synchro summon. So you got Stall, you got Synchro. I didn't finish the extra deck. The extra deck is more so far Cyframe favored, if you can say, because I haven't started looking into level 9 synchros yet. But I'm gonna quickly look into that and see what good level 9 synchros. I think it's level 9, right? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 3. Yeah, so level 9 synchros. I'm quickly look into the level 9 synchros and see what we can actually use for level 9 synchros with this deck. I have absolutely no idea how good this deck would actually go, because I haven't tested it out yet, and I'm actually going to test it out right here using my lovely laptop in front of me. That you guys are currently sitting on, because the camera's sitting right on top of it, and using my computer, so that way I don't have to deal with the lag of trying to tell an opponent that I'm activating an effect. So that way we can just jump right into it and see how this deck actually fares, and trying to say no and see what the ratios, that we can balance out the ratios. Maybe three of each of the hand traps. And when I'm saying 3 of each of them, I'm saying Ash, Bell, Ogre, and Cherries. Oh, I need to add cherry targets too. I'll probably do that right now. But, I'm so winded. Oh, I'm out of shape. I can't even talk. But basically, we use ABC as one of the cherry targets. But basically, we're going to try to explore and see how this super hand trap control like deck is supposed to work in theory. And we'll do it in fast pace, that way you guys have a great understanding of how this deck in theory, and I say in theory because I've never tried it. I just sat there and thought, you combine hand traps with more hand traps. So what do you have? You have a deck full of hand traps. So I don't know, it's just a crazy idea that I came up with. And it was inspired by looking at the Nurse Burn stall that Black-Hearted Don, shout out to him, had sent to me earlier today or within the last 2 days. I didn't get to see when he actually sent it to me. So that's how this deck actually came about. So quickly, I'm trying to think of level 9, doesn't matter what types. Level 9 synchro monsters off the top of my head. That's going to give me all of the... That's not the thing. Synchro, here we go. I don't care about the description, just give me all the level 9 synchros. Here we are. Oh yeah, we can essentially use the Blue Eyes. You're literally combining hand traps with Blue Eyes at this point. So I'm gonna actually try this out. So you can go that, and then I think Azure Eyes gets Spirit, right? It's one or the other. It's either Spirit gets Azure or Azure gets Spirit. I think it's Spirit gets Azure. New player can special summon 2 more monsters at a time. Once returned during either player's turn, when you infect a jar in the graveyard, you can activate and negate during the blah 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 blah. During either player's, yeah. So Spirit gets Azure. We're gonna go ahead and get 2 Azures. It's completely useless in our deck, but you know what? It's a 2500 beat stick. It's a 3000 defense. It's got a big booty. We sometimes like big booties as guys. So I think it'll totally work. Sometimes you can just get a synchro monster just because you can. You can target one normal monster in your graveyard, special summon. Wow, we actually can! You can't use this card. You can totally use this card. This is how you use this card. You get him out, and you just target your one normal monster, which is Cyframe Driver. Special summon. Now you have 2 2500 beat sticks out on the board. This totally works. Holy cow. I'm so excited for this deck now. Okay, we need another level 9 synchro. At least let me get one more level 9 synchro. That's good to go, right? This card gains 200 attack for each non-tuner synchro material monster uses. Okay, that's too complicated there. Overmind Archfiend. Ooh, I never heard of this card. Once per turn, you can select one psychic type monster in your graveyard and remove it from play. When this card is sent from field to graveyard, special summon as many monsters as possible that were removed from play from this effect. You know what? I think one of him is solid and straight. I think we can do this, right? This I feel very confident about this now. Now that I'm looking at it, now that I'm thinking about it, the only catch on this is being able to execute it effectively. And I'm gonna go down each of the cards one by one, essentially. We're gonna hit the Gumblar, Topologic Gumblar. Oh, let me take off these restrictions. So I think we're gonna be good on Synchro Monsters at that point. We're gonna go ahead and blank it all out. Here we go. Hit the one Gumblar for our Cherries target. What's another Link monster? Oh, Skuldred. We can hit the Skuldred too. Is this one? Yeah, it's our Yuja. So we'll go ahead and add him over as our Winter Cherries target. Save this deck. Woo! Alright. So that's going to be very interesting. So the fusion monsters are our Winter Cherry targets. The Link monsters are essentially our Winter Cherries target. We have what? 3 level 9? Yeah, so we have 3 level 9 synchro monsters, so we can combo hand traps with the Cyframe driver to be able to effectively use them to like the best of their abilities. And then we have a couple other things. What? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can use Red Eyes Necro Zombie just for muscle, basically at that point. So all right, quickly go through the deck profile. We're gonna quickly go through the deck profile. So we have 3 Ash Blossoms. It's hand trap deck, so just anticipate all the hand traps. 3 Ash Blossoms. We have 2 Jolt and Lockbird. Hand trap deck might as well be able to null everything as possible. 3 Ghost Bells, 3 Ghost Ogres, 3 Cherries, 3 Alphas, I believe 2 Betas. Yes. 2 Deltas, 2 Gammas, 3 Drivers, 3 Cyframe Circuit, 1 Raigeki, 2 Terraforming, 1 Upstart, 2 Jar of Avarice, Psychic Overload, 1 Judgment, 1 Strike, 2 Torrential Tributes. Now, quickly, Cyframe, all the Cyframe cards, I don't even have to explain them, but basically, they are the hand traps along with the other hand traps, all the Ghost Girls, all the Drone Lockbirds. It's basically the Say No. This is a Say No stall deck, basically. The field spell, you need the field spell to be able to synchro summon during your opponent's turn and your turn as soon as you special summon these hand traps with the driver. Now, this is only if Cyframe cards, I think, are special summoned on the field. So you can't essentially combo that off of with the Ghost Spell or Ghost Spell or any of the other hand traps, unless it says you can immediately after this effect resolve synchro summon using only Cyframe monsters. Yeah, so can't really use the field spell to synchro summon with all the other hand traps, which is totally fine. Terraforming Alphas basically search out your other hand. Well, Terraforming searches out your field spell. Alpha searches out any of the Cyframe cards that also includes the field spell. Your Raigeki, because board white not. Your 2 Jar of Avarice, you basically want to be able to shuffle back the other hand traps because there's no real effective way of shuffling back except for Ghost Ogre. All of your other hand traps. Psychic Overload, it's basically target 3 psychic monsters in your graveyard, then shuffle them into the deck, then draw 2. So why not? You basically want to be able to constantly draw, especially during your opponent's turn in the event that you don't have a hand trap. Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, because we're a stall Say No deck, and then Torrential Tribute because you can't have any monsters on the field to use the Cyframe monsters effect. So this is a very effective way of clearing the board, so where you can go in there and clear it out. Now, quickly in the extra deck, like I said, the fusion monsters are the Cherries, so ABC, Colossus, Azure Eyes, he's a level 9 synchro, so you can use the driver and any of the other hand traps that are not Cyframes to be able to synchro summon this card out. This card can also special summon Cyframe driver from the graveyard during the standby phase, I believe, so you can go ham from there. So I run 2 of him because why not? Black Rose because board wipe, why not? Moonlight because you can bounce a special summon monster back. Omega shuffles a card in your graveyard. He shuffles himself back into the extra deck, banishes the card from your opponent's hand. I mean, it all tops itself off. 3 Zetas just because this is a theory. I haven't put it into practice yet. So obviously I'm having 3 just so that way I have at least 2 malleable spaces in the extra deck. Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon because we can make him. He's a beat stick. He does gain muscle. So if you do face another zombie deck, that's most likely going to be your go-to. It'll be probably annoyingly hard to get over this card for the most part if you're facing a zombie deck. So you have kind of like a way to balance it out if you can't negate your opponent's life away. Overmind Archfiend because I mean, special summon as many banished monsters I think it is once he goes from field to grave. Yeah. So even if you're banishing away your monsters, there's a way to get them back, and then you just go to town from there. And then Gumblar and Saryuja, not because we can make them, but because winter cherries. We want to be able to null, stall, hurt, negate, prevent your opponent from being able to go to town. I'm pretty sure there are other monsters that I can probably use. Like maybe I'll probably take, I will. I'll probably take the 1 Zeta out, so that way I'll have 2 Zetas and get the summon sorceress in the game here. I didn't spell her name right. That's why she didn't come up. Come on, summon sorceress. I know, there you are. Boom. And we'll go ahead and save the deck. So there you have it. That's the quick deck profile of the most, in my opinion, when I'm looking at it, the most stall say no deck that can basically like, hey, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh and get beat stick out like it's no one's business during either player's turn scenario. So let's go ahead and try this out and see how it works. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube, this is for the video and for the YouTube channel. If you wish to see test hands, essentially, feel free to hit the like button. Or you can always check out the streams. Usually there are Twitch, what's the word? Twitch exclusive content. So you can look at all the other knickknacks from there. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, do what you got to do. And with that, I will see YouTube another day.